I have found that, like the other night, I'll get like a hot sensation when I start to get anxiety or panicky. And I think of the calming person, or I think of the oxytocin person.
Yep.
It does. It works.
I feel like mine is just built in now. Like I don't even know what it is, but I just feel my ability in general to, it's not, I'm not even aware of what it is.
I stumbled on the fact that if you link being on the plane to nursing a child, that works. Figured out why that was. That was because you produce oxytocin when you nurse a child. But the other thing that worked was linking flying to getting married or saying wedding vows or getting engaged. Didn't know why that worked. But then Stephen Porges came up with this research that when you're with a person and they're accepting you completely, you're emotionally safe and physically safe, your calming system activates. Ideally, you know, when you're a little kid, your calming system gets trained to automatically calm you down, but about 40% of us don't get it. We don't have relationships when we're tiny little kids that are reliable enough for us to build that in. So put it this way, somebody who does get that software so that every time they get upset, they feel a moment of alarm, they calm down, they kind of figure out what's going on. That's what 60% of us have. But the people who I work with, when they get alarmed, they just stay alarmed. They don't have something that calms them down automatically. The parasympathetic nervous system doesn't kick in. So what we're learning to do in the program and in the book and so on is to how to train the parasympathetic nervous system to kick in. And so Jane, like what you're saying is, it's just working. You don't know why.
Right. Since this whole thing, like a lot of my friends, we talk on the phone more now, and there's this connection that's really incredible, that it's almost a deeper connection than it was when we would just see each other. I don't know what it is, but it's so calming, and it's so, it just takes me to that place when you're, you know, when you're talking to people that are, you know, they're not judging you about how you're reacting to this. They're not shaming you. You're just kind of talking and commiserating with one another. It just brings the anxiety level down so much.
You know, I know that we went through this training of how to get that going for flying. And I guess what's happened once you got it going for flying, it just got stronger. Now it just sort of kicks in, it sort of generalizes.
Yeah, I really think it has helped a lot. Explain that to me.
Well, see, the whole thing is we have linked calming experiences to walking on the plane and sitting down in the seat, the door closing and taxiing out and taking off in turbulence even, and linked it also to the things you're afraid would go wrong. So now that stuff, just when you are flying, it kicks in, and now when you think of flying, it kicks in.
Well, what it is with this whole coronavirus thing, that really is something that there are the facts, okay, of it. The fear that I had, the turbulence, was so wrong because the facts said that I shouldn't be afraid. Whereas with this, the facts say that you should be afraid.
Okay, but see, what I'm saying is that the feelings of being alarmed is what we're stopping. See, when your amygdala fires off, what it's trying to do is get your attention about something that could be a real problem. So in turbulence, when the plane drops, the amygdala thinks, hey, we could be falling. So it zaps you. When you hear about a case of this virus, it hits your alarm and it shocks you. Now, the question is, are you a person who has automatic calming where you go from alarm in just a quarter of a second down to interest or curiosity about what's going on?
Yeah, I think the latter now. I think if I had to live through this thing before I took your course, I don't think I'd be handling it nearly as well as I am now.
Yeah, and what we found was that when we fixed panic on the airplane, and we didn't try to do it anyplace else, it generalized. People stopped having panic attacks in bridges and tunnels and subways and MRIs. So after I found out it was generalizing, then I figured, okay, should really focus on making it work even better on the ground. So that's why I wrote the book Panic Free.
You wrote a book called Panic Free?
Yeah. That's the new book about, it's taking the same stuff we learned about how to stop panic on the airplane and go through actual like training to link it to the things that you have to deal with, such as bridges and tunnels and elevators and so on.
Oh, when did you come out with that?
Last April.
It's
Oh.
excellent. It's excellent.
Where do
Excellent.
you find that?
You can get it at Amazon.
Amazon.
Oh.
I had that experience with the MRI. Remember, Tom?
Yeah. I remember what you said too. Did you tell everybody?
When I first went in, I said to the tech, I said, take me out right now. Took me out. I said, okay, put me back in. And at first I was a little, like that anticipatory anxiety, a teensy bit. And then I looked up and there's lines on the top of the tube. And I looked up and I thought, oh my God, those look like the aisles in a plane. And I put my head back and I could see light at the end of the tunnel because they were doing the whole body thing. And I'm like, oh my, look at this. This is just so fascinating. And I was looking all around, just having a good old time. And then I called you the second I got in my car. It just transferred over, I guess.
Yeah. No, it is amazing how, like, it just,
Yeah, but Roberta, do you remember what you told me?
I'm trying to remember.
You
what
said,
I said.
you said, this fucking works.
Oh, that's right. I did. I called you from my car. That's right. I'm like, this fucking works.
it needs to be a testimonial. on Amazon.
I have a question. Wait, we're being recorded? Do you use these for anything?
Well, actually, I didn't have it recording until Jane started talking about this working. I turned it on about 10 minutes ago.
Oh.
So let me ask you if you guys are okay with me putting this last little bit on YouTube, and if you're not, I'll take it
You
out.
mean with my foul language?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay. So let me, Jane, I know you generally don't care. Is it okay?
Yeah, no, I don't care.
Okay. Can
You
we
just-
use you in here also?
It's fine.
Just
Yeah.
put
All right.
Next time, tell me so I can put makeup on and lipstick and have a high neck shirt on so it doesn't show my wrinkles in
God.
my neck.